Welcome to the weekly outlook. Been here from EWPRO. So getting straight into it on the DXY on the daily. Nothing's changed. We have that 5 down. We got that 3 up, and we've come and broken this trend line. So we're looking for more downside to get at least break that low. And yeah, on the weekly we can see the 100 fib down here for the wave C 100 fib. Going to the H4. This is very choppy down. We've come and broken this low over here, and it's giving the larger correction now. Looking at this as a flat in here, A, B, C up. I was looking at that as the end of the move and then come down and fall over from there. But it's giving you another one up for the X2. So if we go down to the H1, maybe getting a setup. Got that non-farm payroll, big drop there, bad numbers come out. And yeah, so if you get a little flag in here, you can look to sell. I'd be targeting that 100 fib, like I said last week. I'd be targeting that 100 fib of the first wave, because we never got anywhere near that first wave. This was the first correction here. This is 100 fib of that. So yeah. AU on the daily, nothing's really changed. We never got anywhere near that 100 fib up the top there. I'll zoom in a bit. So we got the correction in here. We got the trend line break, and we're looking at a larger correction. This B wave, like I said last week, may not be over. We may get an A, B, C in here for the B wave, and then we get that A, B, C. H4. We got the 3 down. We got 5 up. And then we got this flat in here. We got an A, B, C in here. This may be over. We do have the bullish divergence. It hasn't gone and broken the trend line just yet. This trend line here. It may not. It may just give a flag in here Monday for your buy setup. Like I said, we got 5 up here, 3 down. We can get another 5 up in the C, like the A, B, and the C to finish off that B wave, the daily B wave. If we go down to the H1 quickly, you're starting to get a little flag. You have to be a bit careful because we haven't broken this top here, and we do have that potential bear hidden, and that's going to be, you'll have to look for that on all the pairs pretty much. So you have to be a little bit careful. Wait for a nice flag before you jump into anything. EU on the daily. So again, we never got anywhere near that 100 fib. We've broken the trend line. We got a correction in here on the H4, and this isn't looking real impulsive either. On the H4, okay, so I was looking for this A, B, C, and it finished there. It never went and broke the top from there. So we still, the structure hasn't changed. It's still a B wave. We're still in some sort of a running, we're in a running flat at the moment, you know. So we're looking for that, like A, B, C. See, H1, again, we have the bear hidden. Oh, no, sorry, we don't have the bear hidden on this one. And we have no bullish divergence either. So there's a few different scenarios here. We can go an A, B, C as a flat in here for more downside to finish off that B wave. Or we get the flag from here. If I just clean that up, unless we get the flag from here and a buy setup, you could look for the buy. There's no sell set up on it at the moment. So if you were looking for that sell, you'd need an impulse down and then the sell setup, something to sell. At this stage, there is none. But there is that possibility of that A, B, C. This is rather sharp, so I don't really like it as a B wave. But yeah, because we got that A, B, C possible. So watch the structure before you trade. GU. Okay. We've gone and broken that top just, I think. Yep. So we sort of have to look at this as a flat in here. A for the A, B, C. So this still has potential of more upside. But on the H4, we had that 5 down in here. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. This is still looking like a flat. I was looking for it to go from here, and it did go and break that top for that wave Z. But this is still looking bullish. So if we sort of look at this as the flat in here and then get the Z up, this is becoming a little bit too larger than this correction. So yeah, you're gonna have to be really careful. We're at tops and bottoms on these pairs, so you know, really got to pay attention what you're trading. Going down to the H1, sort of broke through this trend here. And we come back below it. We've got a nice a WXY in here. Impulse up. I think it did break the top here. Not quite. So we sort of got a double top up here. This one has the bear hidden. You know, got that bear hidden. So you've got to be really careful, because this can be like an A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C. You've got to really look at the structures if you're going to trade these. Ideally, we want sell setups because we're up so high. We really want the sell setups, not the buys. There is no sell setup on. If you get a flag in here, you know, again, you can trade it, but be very careful, you know. NU on the daily. Again, nothing's really changed. Looking at it as a B wave, an A, B, C. This, like I said last week, you know, this B wave may not be over. Looking at the H4. Yeah, see, again, I was looking for this one to come down here. It did come down. I was looking for that running flat last week, or expanding flat. And we got that now. We got that expanding flat, turned into an expanding flat. So this one's quite nice, because we got that 5 up. We got 3 down, or correction. So we can get that 5 up again to finish off this H1 daily B wave. So again, on the H1, you know, if you get a little flag, you can look to buy. Again, you're going to have to be careful. You need a nice setup, because we do have that possible bear hidden. It's not valid to trade that bear hidden yet. There's no, it's not confirmed, but you still have to look at it, because you know, this can just turn into like an A, some sort of an impulsive looking B wave, and then a C for a flat, you know, for an A, B, C. So you need a nice setup, and remember, you're at a top. So, but if you do get a nice buy setup, this would be a nice buy, because we do have a nice expanding flat in here. UY on the daily, again, nothing's changed. We're looking at this as a B wave, A, B. We're looking for a C wave, and possibly even go and break the low down to the 100 fib on the daily for that larger A, B, C, and then we go and break that low. I doubt that's going to happen. We're going to go and break that low now, because this is so deep and it's a larger correction. Go down to the H4. You got, see, all this can be like, all this can be a B wave, and we get an A, B, C. So all this may not be over. I don't think we have bearish divergence either in the C wave. No, we don't. We've lost that. If we go down to the H1, we do have bearish divergence on the H1. We got a nice trend line break as well. So if you do get a nice sell setup, take it, get it to break even. Right? As soon as it breaks that low, get it to break even, and just hold it. Hold it for, you know, for that day, or even the H4. Right? See down. Because we're looking for this. So looking for that A, B, C. So look for it. Look for that sell. Be careful though. Like I said, it's, we don't have any bearish divergence on the H4, and we haven't crossed down on the MACD, and we haven't broken this trend line. So you have to be careful when you're looking for flags when it hasn't broken the trend line on the H1. You Sheffy or Swissy. So we have that bear hidden. Sorry, a bear hidden on the weekly. We got bear hidden on the weekly. We got a high on the daily. We had that bullish divergence in the 5 down here. This came, like I said, right up the top here when it hit this 100 fib, bounced clean off this 100 fib. You know, this can come down and break that low. On the H4, it's starting to run out of steam. Right? Like I said last week, you know, we're getting all this bullish divergence. Looks like we're getting a larger correction in here for an A, B, C, and then we get that large A, B, C. So again on the H1, look for your bearish flag, and be careful because you're at a low, right? So if you get a nice setup, well, you can look for it and get it to break even. You want to get it to break even and then just write it down. You know, UCAD. Oh, there we go. Oh. So nothing's changed on the daily. Okay, we've got that WXY. Looking for that X2 like I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. And then the Z down as an extended wave C. Now we've got a correction in here on the H4. Now this daily wave Y still may not be over. So, but we got an impulse down. We got a correction as a running flat at this stage. So look for more downside. But again, we're at a low on the CAD. So, be careful. Wait for a nice setup if you're going to take it. Again, if you get a little bear flag, look to take it and get it to break even at least at the bottom. You want to get these trades to break even if you're going to take them, because you can just break the low and then shoot straight back up on you, because we're at lows. Well, we're at lows on the UCAD. GY. Nothing's changed on the week, on the daily. We can still get to that 161.8 in wave Y. Again, nothing's changed on the H4 either. We got that extended wave Y, and we got that 5 up. Now it's clean off this 161.8 in wave Z. This isn't looking impulsive though up here. It's still looking bullish, So if you're going to look for the sell, you have to really wait for a nice setup. This is still looking bullish up here on the H4. And you can see it on the H1 as well. Oh, well, on the H1, we got that 5 up on the H1 as well. We got that WXYXZ. Bounced off that 161.8 on H4. This is looking, it's not looking impulsive. It's looking like just an ABC. If you're in it, I mean, you got a nice flag. This can be like an A. This is too impulsive, though. So you may get like an A, B, C in here, then get the A, B, C. See, this is very choppy in here. That's the problem. Yeah. So, if you do get a little flag in here, get it to break even. I mean, it's worth taking if you do get one, because if you get a nice setup on it, although it's still looking rather bullish, it's not looking very impulsive. still attempt it, because again, on the daily, we're getting close, to a top. It still has a little bit of room up to the 161.8, but we're getting that bearish divergence on the daily as well. So if you do get any sell set up on it on the H1, look to take it, get it to break even, and it could fall over on you. EG, I'm looking for that C up. Nothing's changed. But like I've been saying for the last few weeks, this isn't impulsive. So more than likely, this is just going to be a C up and then more downside. Like I said last week, nothing's changed. We can look at this as a flat in here, as an A, B, C, or how I've got it as a like W, X, Y, X, Z. We haven't quite broken the low here yet. We haven't quite broken this low over here. So I'd really like to see that low get broken. Then we can look for a nice setup, because then we've got that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting a lot of bullish divergence. Well, we're getting divergence between this one and this one. So it's running out of steam. We're at a low too, so you really don't want to be, be very careful if you're shorting this. H1, we got bullish divergence, clear bullish divergence. Wouldn't really be going against that, but we're not getting a nice buy setup yet either. If you do get a nice bullish flag, well, I'd be taking it, because we do have that nice bullish divergence. I'm still within this trend here, so we'll have to be careful of the trend line and all the rest of it. But yeah, I'll be looking for buys. EY on the daily, we bounced off, like I said last week, we bounced off that 123.6 in the C wave. We got all this bearish divergence. H4, nothing's changed. I'm looking for that X2. So we got that WXY, looking for the X2 and then a Z up. We do have bearish divergence. That's the problem. So if you do get sells, you can look for it, but be mindful that, like I said last week, this can be like an A, B, C in here for that running flat to finish off wave Y. And that's the reason we got that bearish divergence. And we still can get this X2 and then the Z up. And if we're looking at price action, you can see it's very choppy, So if you do take the sell, be careful. We did get a nice sell set up on it last week. But yeah, if you're not in it, you really have to wait for a nice flags to sell. And I really wouldn't be looking for the buys at this stage. I'd be waiting for this X2 to be over and then look for the buys. Gold. So we still have this possibility on the daily of that bear hidden. So we can go down for that wave Z. And like we can even look at this as like an A, B, C, if that's the way you look at it, for more downside. But it's not giving you the bearish setup. It's bullish. We look on the H4, we're looking, what did I do there? So on the H4, we've got that wave Y, looking for the X2, and we do have like bull hidden here again. So this is more than likely going to go and break the top. This isn't really a large enough correction for this. Like this here and this here, it's not really large enough. But if we look at it like just this last wave down as a correction, and that what we have here now as a flat, we've got a little flat in here. It's around the same size. So if we go to the H1, very dangerous again, to be buying at a top. It's not the nicest looking flat, but it is possible because we got this from non-farm payroll. We got that spike up. So we can look, if you do get a bullish setup in here, you can look to buy. Definitely be at break even at the tops. WTI on the daily. Okay, still looking at this as the B wave, the A, B. We're looking for that C down. This has taken ages and ages. I've been looking for this C down for a long time. If you've been following me, you'll know that. But H4, like I said, we can look at it as a contracting flat. And that's the end of the move. So, and we got that A, B, C, and now, this is looking rather impulsive, starting to slow down. But yeah, you have to be very careful here. We're at a top, and we got that bearish divergence on the daily. We've got all this bearish divergence. Getting back to the H1, sort of in this channel here, getting a lot of bearish divergence. I would not be buying this, not with all that bearish divergence. I'd be waiting for the break and then a sell setup. Bitcoin on the daily, nothing's changed on the daily. Now this may be an extended wave here. We're still in a wave Y, and this may be internal. So we might get a WXY in here for the Y wave. Just point that out. So on the H4, you see, we've got the same size correction as this one now. And that's what I've been saying. Wait for this correction to be over. If I remove that, because we can look at this. Got drawing tools in the road here, sorry. See, we've got an A, B, C, D, E. So we can look at that as a triangle, and we're getting a little bearish flag in here. So if I go down the H1, So I should remove that because it's not an ABC. So we got that WX, oh, sorry, A, B, C, D, E. Oh, we're breaking out of this trend line here and we're getting a bearish setup. So look for the sell to go and break that low. For the buy setup, there really isn't a buy setup at this stage. You really have to, I mean, we got all this bearish divergence. No, we don't have bearish divergence there. Be very careful with the buy. I mean, yeah, I'd be more interested in the sell. You're sort of getting yourself set up in here and you're breaking this trend line. And we're in that triangle. So I'd be looking at it as a triangle at this stage. For the buy, you really want to break this top here. Or even this top here. Even if you go and break this top and then look for your buy, wait for the trend line break in here. And then look for the buy. I wouldn't be buying until it's broken out. If you're looking for the buy, that's the way I'd be looking at it for a setup. Other than that, I'll be looking for the sell in here. SPX on the daily. Okay, we still haven't got anywhere near that 100 fib. But we have all this bearish divergence. And the H4. We got the 5 up. We got an A. I'm looking at all this as a B. And like I said last week, this can turn quite tricky because we have impulse, impulse, impulse. This is our correction in here. Looks like it's got a little bit more up. And then we get that A, B, C in here. So it's pretty much how I've drawn these lines, but we just haven't completed it yet. So we're looking for that A. All this is a B, and then a C down, then A, B, C, then that larger A, B, C. So we could be very choppy up here for quite some time. For the buys, you can take the buys because we all know this pair. Well, all the indices, especially the US indices, just keep on going up. If you get flagged, this was just set up in here. I took the short. I took the short in here, got this, and got break even. There was a buy set up, which you could have taken. If you took the buy, you've done well. We've gone and broken that top, so you should be at break even if you're in it. The DAX, nothing's changed on the daily. We're slowly climbing up to that 100 fib. We got a lot of bearish divergence. H4, we just broke that in wave Z. Just broke the top in wave Z on the H4. Now we're looking at larger correction like an A, B, C. Like this, A, B, C, for some sort of running or expanding flat before we get more upside by the look of it. Because we've broken this top of wave Z, it's made it hard. So we're looking for that A, B, C. More than likely you'd be already in it because you got that little flat there on the lower time frame. But yeah, if you get a little flag, you can look to buy it. Just be very careful. Getting it to tops. the FTSE, so we're still looking for that C down, like an A, B, C on the daily. Got all that bearish divergence. This is where it's become quite awkward because we got that WXY was looking for X2 and then the Z up. Instead, we're getting all this. So we get A, B, C, A, B, C, before we get that A, B, C as some sort of a larger correction. Yeah, this is going to be quite tricky. We're still within this trend line. If you're looking for the sell, well, you are getting like a sell in here. You really want to wait. Oh, this is the lower time frame trade. You have to wait for that break, a little flag on the lower time frame, and then look for the sell. Because we don't have any. Yeah, see, we got an A, WXY. This can be an X2 and then a Z up in here. We don't have any bearish divergence. So that can be an A, B, C. Then you get that A, B, C. Then you get that larger A, B, C. So, yeah, whatever you're trading on this, be very careful because this can go and break the top, and we do have that ball hidden here. We got the ball hidden, so this can go and break that top. Then after you get that bearish divergence, if you get that bearish divergence, then look for your sell. That'll be the safest way I'd trade it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. Please hit the like button and share it. And I'll see you out there next week. Enjoy.